Nigeria Beach has qualified for the Nigeria Beach Soccer National Team. They have qualified for the 2022 Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations. The Nigerian team will return to the competition after its opponent for the qualifiers, Libya, withdrew from the tie, with the first leg expected to take place this weekend. Super Sand Eagles didn't take part in the last Beach Soccer AFCON and will become the first team to book a place in the tournament alongside the host, Mozambique. Nigeria and Mozambique will be joined by 6 other teams at the end of the 2-legged qualifiers. The first leg of the qualifiers will take place this weekend, with the return leg scheduled for August 5th to 7th, 2022, and holders Senegal will face Cameroon in a bid to qualify and attempt to retain its title. All right, before we go to Nigeria footballers abroad, let's take a quick detour to NPFL, where striker Sikiru Alimi has left Remo Stars. You recall that Alimi joined the Sky Blue Star in the second half of the season, and his efforts propelled the team to the 3rd position in the league. He was able to score 9 goals for the club as they secured a spot in the CAF Confederation Cup. The former Lobby Stars striker's contract expired with the club last week, and he was persuaded to stay, but they chose to move on ahead of the new season. All right, on to Nigeria footballers abroad. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has reiterated that he has no intention of leaving Napoli this summer. The Nigerian international has been linked with a move to Premier League top clubs, including Arsenal and Chelsea, in recent weeks. In an interview, however, Osimhen stated that he wants to remain at Napoli. He said that the Joe of Tottenham Hotspur's Harry Kane and Chelsea legend Didier Drogba are his role model. Napoli star boasts a sensational record for Nigeria with 15 strikes, including a 4-goal haul against Sao Tome and Principe this summer, just from 22 senior caps. Meanwhile, Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis has highlighted the similarities between Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen and Hellas Verona forward Giovanni Simeone. Osimhen scored 14 goals and recorded 2 assists in 27 appearances for Napoli in the Serie A last season, while Simeone, who is the son of Atletico Madrid coach Diego Simeone, scored 17 goals in 35 games in Serie A last season and recorded 5 assists. They were both influential at their respective clubs, and De Laurentiis is looking to pair both centre forwards in the Partenope's attack. Nigerian footballers abroad. Cyril Dessers opened his goals account for the new Belgian top flight, which was not enough, as Genk lost 3-2 to Champions Club Brugge yesterday. Dessers scored in the 30th minute to draw Club Brugge level after Club Brugge took the lead 8 minutes earlier. The Super Eagles striker was then replaced with 12 minutes left in the game. His Nigerian teammate Paul Onachu was not included in Genk's squad, while David Okereke was an unused substitute for Club Brugge. The defeat leaves Genk in the 15th, and Club Brugge occupy 4th place in the 18-team league standing after the first round of fixtures. Before heading to Feyenoord on loan last season, Dessers made just 3 league appearances for Genk without scoring a goal, and at Feyenoord he scored 9 goals and 27 outing in the Dutch last campaign. Also last season he emerged the first ever top scorer in the maiden Europa Conference League after bagging 10 goals. All right, let's go to the results of the club friendlies played yesterday, Sunday. Yes, Manchester City defeated Bayern Munich 1-0, and Arsenal defeated Chelsea 4-0, and Barcelona defeated Real Madrid 1-0, and Villarreal B defeated Wolves 2-1, and Everton defeated Blackpool 4-2. All right, in the club friendlies, Dele Alli scored twice as Everton beat Blackpool 4-2 at Bloomfield Road for their first win of the preseason. And manager Frank Lampard had warned of another Premier League relegation battle after 2 disappointing defeats in the United States with no goals scored and 6 conceded. Everton only scored Premier League safety last season in their penultimate game. The Toffees, Vitaly Mykolenko and Tom Davies scored in the first 11 minutes, and Championship Blackpool pulled one back before halftime through Gary Medine. Former Tottenham and England midfielder Lee made it 3-1 after the break before Callum Connolly pulled a goal back for the Seasiders. Ali's close range second on 63rd minute finished the game. And yesterday's victory came 3 days after 4-0 defeat by Major League Soccer side Minnesota United, and following a 2-0 loss to Arsenal in the first game of their US tour. A small number of fans have been protesting outside Goodson Park this weekend, last weekend, to highlight what they claim is the mismanagement of the club under owner Farhad Moshiri, and he recently ended the takeover negotiations and insisted the club is not for sale. Still on club friendlies, new signing Erling Haaland scored on his debut as Manchester City beat Bayern Munich in a match twice held up by a lightning storm in Wisconsin on Saturday night. Haaland, who joined the City for 51.2 million euros from Borussia Dortmund, scored after 12 minutes in the preseason friendly. Recall that the 22-year-old missed the first match of City's US tour against Mexico's club America with injury niggles, and City boss Pep Guardiola said the forward needs time. In the match, Haaland's goal came from a whipped cross from man of the match Jack Grealish, with the Norway international finishing from close range. And after giving City the lead, Haaland looked as if he had made it 2-0 just before the break, but his left-footed shot from inside the area was disallowed for offside. City will now fly back to England and will take on Liverpool in the Community Shield at Leicester's King Power Stadium on Saturday. Thomas Tuchel has questioned Chelsea's commitment and said the needs signings urgently after 4-0 preseason defeat by Arsenal in Florida on Saturday. Gabriel Jesus, Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka and Albert Sambi Lokonga scored in a comprehensive Gunners win. Chelsea manager Tuchel suggested the side may not be ready for their Premier League opener at Everton on the 6th of August. The Gunners, who have now won all 3 of their matches on their US tour with 9 goals in total, dominated the match in front of a record 63,811 fans at Orlando's Camping World Stadium. Jesus put Arsenal ahead after 15 minutes, and 3 further goals wrapped up a comprehensive win. The match was Chelsea's third and final appearance of the US tour. They had previously beaten Mexican side Club America 2-1 and lost on penalties to Major League Soccer side Charlotte FC. Chelsea now have made 2 signings so far this summer in forward Raheem Sterling from Manchester City and centre-back Khalidou Koulibaly from Napoli, and striker Romelu Lukaku, and defenders Antonio Rudiger and Andreas Christensen are among those to have left. Recall that Chelsea now have new owners following the takeover by a consortium led by US businessman Todd Boehly, a deal that went through after the United Kingdom government imposed sanctions on previous owner Roman Abramovich. right, let's quickly go to athletics, where Sweden's Armand Duplantis added a new world record to his pole vault world title, clearing 6.21 meters in a virtuoso performance in Oregon. The 22-year-old Olympic champion has earned a gold secured with a first-time clearance of 6 meters, and none of his rivals managed higher than 5.94 meters. Duplantis then beat his own world record of 6.20 meters set in Belgrade in March at the second attempt. It is the 5th time he has broken the world record, and his success marks the first time the record has been set outdoors since the legendary Sergei Bubka cleared 6.14 meters for the first time in Italy in 1994. Duplantis, who grew up in Louisiana, celebrated with a front flip in front of a packed crowd and kissed his girlfriend Desiree Englander before being embraced by his father, a former top-class pole vaulter himself. Still in athletics, Great Britain's Kelly Hodgson fell just short of the 800-meter world title in a thrilling draw with Athing Mu. Hodgkinson finished in 1 minute 56.38 seconds, 800s behind the American Olympic champion on the final day of the World Championships in Eugene, Oregon. The went toe-to-toe down the final 100 meters as Hodgkinson pulled alongside the home favorite but could not pass her. Hodgkinson said she was a bit gutted, but added that a world silver is not too bad as it adds fuels to the fire and will help her refocus for more championships to come. Hodgkinson's rivalry with Mu also 20 seems to set to define the event for the World Championship in Budapest in 2023, the Olympics in Paris in 2024, and potentially many years beyond. Britain finished with 7 medals overall, 1 gold, 1 silver, and 5 bronze. In mixed martial arts MMA, Molly McCann made a statement after a win over Hannah Goldie at UFC London on Saturday. She said, and I quote, "Have you ever seen lightning strike twice? Well, now you have." End of quote. McCann was referring to the spinning elbow she landed on Goldie, which led to the end of the fight. The same move she beat Luana Carolina with in March at the same venue. It was